Odo! Odo, honey, I helped all our friends.
Did you see that?
They like live for like at least another 5 minutes. I can't guarantee 6, but at least 5 minutes. Look how happy I am about that.
Was wondering when you turn up. Had ours from all our friends thanking you for your timely intervention. How is it you always manage to arrive at just the right moment?
Luck, I suppose. Any word on the rest of the realm?
Let's see. Storm's still crying out for mother crystals. The nations are still in chaos. And the skies are still the colour of a kick in the kidneys 2 days on. So...
Right.
Clive, we knew this was going to happen. Well, not the bleeding skies part, but you take my point. Now's not the time to second guess yourself. Now's
I'm
the time
not.
to visit the infirmary. Taya says your brother's awake.
Thank you, Otto.
Yes, Joshua! What about Dion? What about the prince? I would also like to talk to him. But Joshua... Oh, he's still sleeping. We see him. He's good. He's fine. It's okay.
So it was not Sylvester, but Olivier who served as Ultima's puppet. And when Dion learned of this, he sought to slay the fiend. Only for his father to take the spear that would have freed him. Enough to drive a man to madness.
Small wonder he hasn't stirred. I would be afraid to wake.
Benjamin,
If I
hi!
had reached out to him sooner, warned him of the threat Ultima posed. But now, both an empire and her prince lie broken.
Joshua, what do you know of Ultima?
Very little, I'm afraid. Despite my best efforts. 18 years ago, as I lay buried beneath the rubble of Phoenix Gate, 'twas not death who came for me, but another. And it was while in my rescuer's care, I first heard of Ultima. I've been chasing his shadow ever since. Ultima is driven by some deep, dark purpose, and for whatever reason, it would seem you are crucial to his designs. He will stop at nothing to have you, even if that means toppling an empire.
But why me? What possible use could I be to such a creature?
You can absorb all the things.
That is one of many answers that have eluded me. Yet, I am certain of this. It is not mere chance. You were chosen for
Also,
a reason.
where is your companion, Joshua?
All dominants
noticed
carry
that.
within them the might of an icon. Nigh limitless power that is at once acutely limited. I wield fire, and only fire.
And I only ice. 8 wardens for 8 elements. But you, Clive.
You are different. You're special. Your abilities begin with the flames of Ifrit. But they do not end there. The fact Ifrit can even exist goes against everything we thought we knew of dominance. Perhaps
Why?
Ultima has been waiting for one such as you, whose potential is truly limitless.
I've encountered that thing several times now. If it or he, as you say, needs me, why hasn't he claimed me as he did the boy?
Because of your
Right,
bill.
hazard a guess. I'd say the two of you are somehow incompatible. His mind not properly attuned to your body.
His mind.
Mind, awareness, spirit, call it what you wish. But I believe Ultima to be an embodiment of the concept. Is why I struggle and fail to contain him here inside me.
I'm sorry. Inside you?
Cloud's like, bitch,
With
what?
every setting sun, I feel my strength wane. And though the Phoenix's flames mend the prison I have made for Ultima, they do so at a cost. We must find a means to bring an end to him. before I meet my own.
What were you thinking?
It was
Whole thing?
that or let him take Clive. And I've always had a soft spot for my brother.
But that doesn't mean you should sacrifice yourself to save me.
Joshua. Clive, it's Gav.
Oh no, what's with Gav?
There's an army of Akashic at the gates of Canver.
Why is everything at once?
Well, what's the short of it?
It's all Tyre told you. The capital of the Free Cities is under siege by an army of monstrosities. The city guard are doing their best to stem the tide, but numbers ain't on their side.
What of Lord Byron and Mid? Were they able to escape?
No, but they're all right for now. They're hiding with Gav at midship.
We have to get them out of there.
And we shall. Otto, prepare a Stolas. Tell Gav to stay exactly where he is.
Understood.
Vivian, what's the swiftest route to the Free Cities?
That sounds like a question for the map. Look here. This road, through Tabor, should provide the least trouble.
Good.
Joshua will live.
What a coincidence. Tabor is exactly where I'm bound.
Joshua, bed is where you should be bound.
Joshua's like, nope.
You don't think I told him the exact same thing?
Were Tyre not such a talented healer, I would surely have been inclined to agree. But, thanks to her ministrations, I feel I may safely rejoin my attendant, who was to wait for me in Tabor if we became separated.
Okay, there is.
All right,
the-
we travel together.
Clive.
If he stays close to me, he'll be fine.
Thank you.
Is us so. I just want to say the last time
After him.
we were together, it didn't end that well. Like, okay, side quest time. Side quest.
Will we ever see the sun again?
Song's good. Let me see what the little, oh, I just can't go there, okay. That is fine, I don't want to go there yet. Please. I cannot save, okay.
Is a storm coming soon?
Can I not save because, yeah. So, I want to see what the little, oh, he's so cute. Look at them. Oh, we're a full party.
Will that be fun?
Only took us like 40 hours.
Sid, perhaps you can help me solve a mystery.
I can certainly try. Who's gone missing this time?
It's not who, but what.
Oh, okay.
Mid's scales, the ones she made for her workshop. I borrowed them to teach the little ones about weight, and shortly after the lesson, well, they vanished. My first thought was that they'd taken them off somewhere to play, but when I asked,
Are you
they
coming
swore they
back
had
because I'm
nothing to
doing
do
side
with their having
quests?
disappeared.
Legend.
Which almost certainly means they had everything to do with it.
Perhaps a visit from Sid will jog their memories.
I think it just might. Thank you. I don't like to
Just go
imagine that my
home.
pupils would lie to me. But if they have,
I
I'll
hope
have
work
no
was
choice
okay.
but to discipline them accordingly. They were in the atrium when I last saw them. As always.
Let's go there. Where is that? All the way over there. Okay, wait. Let me accept the other side quests too.
Seems the hideaway's lost its
Blasted
appetite.
book. Here, you put me in this situation, Clive. You can bloody well get me out of it. I need a hand with a recipe.
Oh,
Are you sure it's me you're looking for?
okay.
I'm not much of a cook.
I'm all the cook will be needing. Thank you very much.
Oh no.
What I want from you,
Do you have to
is a
walk
little of
around
your
that
time,
much?
right? Oh, and perhaps your sword. You remember Ivan's stew, right? Well, despite the look of the thing and that awful stench, people wolf it down. So I thought I'd try making one of these supposed masterpieces myself. Had a peek at the book and gave it a go, but, well...
It wasn't as straightforward as you'd hoped. Ivan had the same problem.
Yeah, but this is my blimmin' kitchen, and I will not be outdone. So if you don't want to be seen as playing favourites, I suggest
Then
you
just
lend me
lay
a
on
hand.
your couch.
I've never been one to play favorites, Molly. And I would be only too happy to lend you a hand. So, what's on the menu this time?
A fried mortress of skyworm. That's one heck of a name, innit? Recipe seemed easy enough to an old
On
hand
it,
like
very
myself.
good.
Thought
Have
I'd
yourself
followed
something
it
to
a
drink
T.
as well.
Only, turns out skyworm livers and drake's mint are not what I thought they were.
Yeah.
At least I
Get
hope
something
they're
to
not,
eat as well,
given
maybe,
the
yeah.
rancid mess they made.
Ivan said the recipes in the culinary pilgrimage date back centuries. Who's to say the ingredients even exist anymore?
Look, they have the bread from
That's
the
a
bread
question for a
maker.
scholar, wouldn't you say? Perhaps
From
you know
from
of one?
Drake's breath. Or claw.
Kindly old
The
fellow
Titan
who
fight.
haunts the shelves, maybe?
Fine. I'll go and speak to Harpocrates. Perhaps he'll know something. And if he does, I'll see if I can find your ingredients for you.
You do that.
I want some dinner
Lest we
too.
forget, you've
Dinner
got a
would be
reputation
nice.
to uphold.
Dinner would be nice. Indeed. I haven't really listened, I'm sorry. She was probably talking about where to get the ingredients, wasn't she? Guys, stop talking about food or I have to stop streaming and eat something. Is that what you want?
Did you see that?
Is that what you want? I'm wrong. Oh, Joshua.
My attendant was with me in the Dominion before I primed. She would have watched the battle unfold and witnessed its outcome. I trust you'll be waiting for me in Tabor, where I can finally introduce you.
Okay. Give me like 2 hours or so. Let me finish these side quests, sweetie. Yeah, but like, you know, candy is like not really filling my belly. It's something I eat on the side to like not really hunger on stream, but that's about
What do you
it.
reckon we should do? I said.
Sid!
Hard at your studies, I see. And what is that? It's not a set of scales, is it?
No. Of course it isn't.
Well, not anymore, it's not. Oh,
And just how long hasn't it been one?
we're sorry.
But we didn't break them. We dismembered them.
Just like Miss Mididol showed us.
Miss Mididol? And why would she have you dismembering her creations?
Because that's the only way to become a ninja-neer.
Miss Mididol said, the best
Okay.
way to see how something worked is to take it apart and put it back together again.
Well then, your work is already half done. Carry on.
About that.
The taking apart was easy enough, but it's the putting back we can't work out.
Speak for yourself. The heavy thing goes at the bottom. Then...
You three need to learn to take responsibility for your actions. So let's have a look at these parts with fresh eyes, shall we?
Okay. Do I need to puzzle something?
All right. Everything here was once part of Miss Mididol's scales. Every piece has its own role to play, and each is just as important as the others.
I need to stretch my legs.
If even one of them is missing, the scales won't work. So let's think about what those roles might be. You already know one of the pieces. The body. Its role is to support everything else. But what of the others?
Oh, cinnamon buns though. I didn't listen. What? Which part will I inspect? The arms.
This is called the arm. Why do you suppose that is? It doesn't look much like an arm.
It's gonna support the two
Right.
things.
It looks more like a wing. Like a chocobo wing!
You've ridden a chocobo before, haven't you, Sid? Will you teach me to ride one day?
I'll think about it. Now, what do arms do?
Support.
Hold things. So wait, maybe this arm holds things too?
Good thinking. You're on the right track.
Pants.
These round parts are called the pans. You all know what a pan is, don't you?
I do. Molly uses them in the kitchens to fry bangers. But these aren't for frying bangers, you idiot. They're for weighing stuff. But what if I wanted to weigh Goots? I don't think he'd fit on that little thing.
Probably not.
What are the chains for? Holding the pans up?
Well spotted. Which means something must hold the chains up in turn.
Something. What could that something be? The gear, maybe.
This tiny piece is what's called a cogwheel, or gear. Have you ever seen one before?
I have. Miss Middledale's dungeon is full of them. Most are on the floor.
She puts them in all her inventions. They spin round and round and round and round and...
That's right.
And round.
They're very
and
useful
round.
when you want to make things move. Do you remember if there was anything on the scales that moved?
I remember the arm moved when I tried weighing an apple. And then somebody ate it.
It's not my fault. You should have tried weighing it before lunch.
You know what part's supposed to move and how it's supposed to move. So, let's put the pieces together first, see what doesn't move, and then stick the cogwheel to that.
Not a bad idea. You see? It's not so difficult. So, now that we've taken stock of the parts and learned what they do, what do you think?
I think we've got it.
Okay,
Then here's what
show
we'll
me.
do. You tell me what goes where, and I'll put the scales together.
Well, obviously you need to start with the body. All the other pieces fit onto it, don't they?
And the arms go on the body, just like real arms. Or wings, if you're a chocobo. And then the arms hold the pans by the chains.
Very good. Let's see if that works. There. All finished.
Yes! We did it!
Well, with Sid's help.
Oh, I just put the pieces together. It was you three engineers who showed me how.
That's right. We're Miss Middledale's hairs.
Her hairs.
What?
Yeah, hairs for the future. She's showing us her secrets now, so we can help out the hideaway when we're older.
What do you think, Sid? Are we almost ready?
With a little more help
Yeah.
from Miss Middledale and Miss Shirley, I'd say it won't be long at all.
You hear that? It won't be
Clap.
long.
Clap.
Until then, though, do try to be honest with Miss Shirley.
Hey, look! We never used the cogwheel.
You don't think Sid forgot about it, do you?
Why are you looking at me like that? To be fair, they never instructed him to do anything with the cogwheel. Back to Shirley we go. I'm so close to timing you out, Ursula. So close.
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be thunder?
Thunder
Well,
was already here.
Did you solve the mystery?
Like half an hour ago.
It was as you thought. The children had the scales, or the parts of them at least. They dismantled them to see how they worked.
Oh, no, Mid will have my head.
Thankfully she won't. This might even have been her idea. Although I was the one who ended up teaching the lesson.
I'm so sorry, Sid. I know how busy you are. I shall see that the children are properly punished.
Please, there's no need. Mid seems to have taken the three of them under her wing. She's even calling them her heirs. She'd have them follow in her footsteps. And her father's.
I see. Sid, do you know why Mid has been spending so much time at the hideaway of late?
She told me it was because her studies have been interrupted by events in Canva. Is that not true?
No, it isn't. The university offered her a commission. In exchange for full tuition, room and board, they asked her to oversee the design of several new war engines. To anyone else, it would be an opportunity. But to Mid, who lost both her parents to war, it was a bitter pill. One she was none too keen to swallow.
Understandable,
But that
though.
should come as no surprise. She's only ever cared about bringing people hope. The very last thing war can be said to do.
Which explains her heirs. She's working to give them a better life. And so should I. What's the odd engineering lesson?
Oh, you've given them far more than that. And I'm sure they're very grateful.
Quest complete. So we should talk to this guy anyways. Hello.
Lawsman Harpocrates. I've come to pick your brain if you don't mind. It's about the book you lent Ivan.
Ah, Valisthea, A Culinary Pilgrimage, a classic. One of my favorites, in fact. The young man did a wonderful job with the Chance's stew. I do hope we shall be able to sample more such marvels in due course.
That's actually why I'm here. I don't suppose you know where I might find skyworm livers and drake's mint.
Ah,
This economy outside
so the
there.
Sandbricois delicacy is next on the menu. Delightful. The descriptions of fried mortress never fail to make my mouth water. Now, skyworm is a somewhat antiquated name for the wyvern, their ground livers being the paste from which the mortress is made.
Dragon livers. How very Sandbricois.
One would have thought the disciples of Bahamut would have a touch more reverence for their icon's brethren, but apparently not. I believe the specific dragon the recipe demands is the blueback wyvern, said to be the very color of the sea beside which it resides.
So we know where to look for our liver. But what about the drake's mint?
Saint's bonnet in contemporary parlance, a herb which grows along the North Reach coast. I gather that one can locate the cheerful yellow flowers by their heady scent alone, so I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding them. I may add that people once believed game was best served with the flora that sustained it in life, in which regard fried mortress of skyworm is undoubtedly a typical dish of the time.
Meaning that if I find one, I find the other. To Northreach, then.
Best of luck, Clive.
Thank you.
And do save me a bite once the dish is complete.
Okay. Let me accept that third side quest, just in case that it's like somewhere else. Yeah, there is a storm. There will also be thunder, yes. Stop asking me that. Oh wait, can I now accept the quest from my uncle?
Did you see the pair that got hauled into tires?
Oh wait, I also got another keepsake. What do we get? Oh, the cloth from Joshua? With the tippet died wrath of the flames of the firebird and the blood of his fallen Rosarian brothers. The Sir Wade pledged not only his loyalty, but the loyalty of the guardian of the flame. Aww. I like Wade. Oh, I so much. The Guardian League have put aside the differences for the time being, allowing us all leave to sip our snake sift and relative leisure. For that, I would hazard we have your better half to thank. She put in quite a performance as for yours. Well, from one aspiring thespian to another might, I suggest working on your delivery, and your projection, and those stiff limbs of yours, and your contents, and, well, everything else. We wouldn't want to do the name under chill of the service now, would we? Okay, I think those green marks above it just means it's from like a main story point. I hope at least. Because they were all part of the main story you just did. The Guardians are getting along with the Axis fine enough, working to shore up the rest walls while not clearing out what few threats remain down in the reeds. Though chances are we'll still be knee-deep in Akashic Cut, you're not given that horde your firm but gentle nudge. I know you're around to save and all, but if you're ever in need of a quick reviver, come see how Zemble will tap your cask. God, wait. You have an uncanny talent of showing up where you're most needed, my lord. Without your steel, afraid the rest would be in the hands of the Akashic, and us but more of their nameless numbers. However, with the horde now both thinned and fractured, we Guardians can focus our efforts on putting down the smaller packs, not the worry of being overwhelmed, while Marford's blood axes can return to defending the four. As for young Oscar, you will forgive my sudden request for taking him under your wing. He's a good man, attentive, polite, hardworking. So as you can see, he already has learned everything he can from me. He would do well to continue his squiring under a more worthy shield. The realm has none more worthy than you. Clive, you have the town's thanks for helping rid us of the thralls, but we are neither of us is naive to think we have seen the end of their life. Good Philip has taken to seeing that we are prepared should the goals come once again calling, but I oft worry the rank of captain has begun to weigh heavily upon his shoulders. Just as I imagined, the same might be said of you and your burdens. But remember, should the weight ever come too much, you needn't stand alone. Our hearts and arms remain ever open. To the Wells door. Okay, well, there's a side quest now. Master Clive, I apologize for this sudden and untoward gesture. Circumstances have forced me to seek immediate aid, and there is none other to whom I may turn. Your most esteemed Lord Uncle has presented me with a task most vexing, and I fear I am wholly unable to perform to his vaulted expectations, namely due to a marked lack of martial aptitude on my part. To wit, I am but a marksman, not a mercenary. I maintain the fitness ample to attend to the needs of a manor, to the attending of bandits in back alleys. I am surely ill-equipped. If it pleases you, my lord, thrice come and see me at Martha's Rest, where I shall proceed to explain my predicament in full.
Rutherford. Wasn't that the name of my uncle's manservant? Why would he be at Martha's Rest?
To talk to you. Move like butler. That was nearly a BTS reference.